All right, everyone, welcome back to the second episode of Talking to You. I'm here with Lucas Alvarez live this time, and we're going to talk about the Virginia Tech game, all the games leading up to that game, and then kind of our thoughts on the coaches, questions we might have, coaching staff adjustments maybe, and then we're going to move on, predictions for the rest of the season and just rest of season outlook. So, Lucas, it's not looking too good. First four games, obviously. What were your thoughts, I guess, after UF, North Carolina, those close games, handling Bethune-Cookman, and then scraping by Central Michigan?
Florida, I expect kind of what I expected. It was going to be a close game. Hey, we almost won. Kind of what people were saying, kind of what I believed. And going to that game, if we win, great. If we didn't, we have a freshman quarterback. UNC, that 4th and 17. We all know that play. I mean, I thought our offense did a little bit better, but not by much. So I thought there's improvement going. Bethune-Cookman is what I expected. We destroyed Bethune-Cookman, and everyone had a good time. And
Murphy or whatever got some action in there.
His backflip,
getting the touchdown for the walk-on. So overall great game, yeah. And then what do you think about Central Michigan?
the defense did their job. The offense, the first series, great. They were giving the ball to Brevin Jordan, the best tight end in the country, I believe. Keep giving the ball to Brevin Jordan. You will win games that way. But after the first series, we stopped giving the ball to Brevin Jordan.
All right, so let's get into the Virginia Tech game. We're going to be showing some highlights, too, on the side. But just first half, atrocious, obviously. Jaron Williams, 3 picks. Obviously had some shoulder injury of some sorts that he was working out through and couldn't continue the game. I don't know if that was kind of an excuse to not have him play the rest of the game, or obviously must have been having some effect because those were his first interceptions all season. So going in, what were your thoughts, I guess, through the first half of that game before Miami started a comeback, I guess?
That first half went down 28 points before anything happened. I was upset. I was like everyone. I couldn't handle it. So, like you said, it was atrocious. Williams, 3 picks. The first pick was not his fault. The receiver should have fought the ball. The second one, he did underthrow it. I mean, we've been asking him to start slinging it. He doesn't have the arm strength to sling it like Perry does. So I guess we should not have him force the ball down the field. So that I was not happy about. And then the third pick, kind of what killed him, kind of what killed the drive, killed the team. And then Perry came in. And then Perry's first possession, Mike Harley caught a ball and fumbled. Our defense gave up 28 points. I mean, what can you say? It was horrendous.
Yeah, I would definitely say I'm most disappointed in the defense. I mean, Virginia Tech looked horrible. I mean, they played poorly versus Old Dominion. Furman got destroyed by Duke. And then to score 28 points on us before halftime, rough. Obviously, getting the Hail Mary right before the half was at least a little momentum booster. But literally, other than that last play, there's really nothing that you looked for in the first half and we're happy with, to be honest. Second half, thoughts?
I mean, when Perry took over, he was slinging the ball. He was at least moving the ball, but he at first made some couple bonehead throws like that pick in the end zone. I'm not a Perry fan. I'm a big Jaron Williams fan.
Right, and I would say, too, like, if you look, I guess, second half, you see, like, DJ Dallas, another solid game. Brevin Jordan, another solid game. Jeff Thomas finally showing up this week. But again, it's just the offensive line are absolute turnstiles. Defensive line wasn't good either. Just huge holes for Virginia Tech's offense to run through.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Yeah, Hooker. You let him run around. Our linebackers were lost trying to contain the running back and contain Hooker. They were just giving up too many holes and then missed tackles left and right.
All right, and then lastly, obviously, so offense, we're not liking what we're seeing. Defense, not liking what we're seeing. But special teams, other than Lou Headley, I mean, missing another extra point, like, we got to find someone else at this point. Like, kicking, like, it's not worth going for an extra point because it's unlikely we're going to get it. Like, you might as well just go for 2 every time and take your chances that way. Any thoughts?
And that's in kicking. Yeah, we finally have a good punter for once. Now we solve one problem, another one arises. Bubba Baxo.
Yeah, and not what we saw last year. So, yeah.
Even last year, he wasn't. He was okay.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't missing extra points left and right. So, yeah, it's frustrating. So, Lucas, what are your thoughts on the quarterbacks going forward? You want to stay with Williams? Do we switch out with Perry? Coaching? Do we make any changes there? What do you think?
I'll first tackle the easy one, which is coaches. For a first-year head coach, do not fire the head coach. I personally believe you got to give him 3 years. So, I mean, maybe the only person I might want to see changed is the offensive line coach. If our offensive line is not progressing the way that we want them to, maybe change it that way. But then defense, that's the only coordinator I could possibly be okay getting rid of if we don't improve.
Yeah, that's for sure. The defense definitely is not looking as good. Obviously, we lose big guys like Jaquan Johnson, Michael Jackson, but yeah, it's not looking good. I guess going forward, what would you like to see from the Virginia game? I guess.
Well, my second part was going to be talking about the quarterbacks. I'm still a big Jan Williams fan. Once you start switching quarterbacks left and right, it kills the confidence of the quarterbacks. We don't know. I mean, it kills our chemistry. It kills everything. It shows that our coaches don't have our players back. I kind of want Williams to start again. Hopefully, him just sitting out the game, just get his head straight, and he just lights it up against Virginia. If he doesn't, he will lose it to Perry.
So you're saying Virginia rest of the season, ride with Williams, let him throw a million interceptions if he needs to, just get
ride
experience.
and die.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. You're not going to really get better. I really at enough of a pace unless you're out there playing. So, yeah, honestly, if we have to go through a few more of these games so he's ready by next year or even the year after that, I'm fine with it. Really, for me at least, what I'm looking for the Virginia game is just for us to start out fast. I think in all the games we lost, we didn't really start out fast at all, or we let them, maybe after our first drive or so, we let them get on us and get out to a huge lead. The North Carolina game, Florida game, a lot of missed tackles start early. They had a couple of big plays to start the game there too. So I would definitely love to see that. And I guess, what do you think going forward? I guess, what do you think? Realistic bowl game, any of that type going on?
I think we'll make a bowl game. I think we'll make a surprise here and there. I mean, we could always pull off an upset. I mean, Pitt 2 years ago when we beat Notre Dame, we came off that 15-game win streak, and then
Right.
Pitt upset us. Florida State, no matter what, I think both teams are equally talent-wise.
Right.
I definitely think that's still a very winnable game because there's just a lot of emotions in that game. Our team will try the hard. If there's any game of the year our team will try, it's that Florida State game. I do expect a win.
Yeah, and I guess looking to, the rest of the schedule, so we have Virginia, Georgia Tech, and then I believe we're at Pitt this year again, and then at Florida State, home versus Louisville, and then wrapping it up at Duke. So really, all these games are winnable, and that's how we talked about in our first preview show, is that other than the Florida game, which is obviously going to be really tough, all these games Miami should be favored in. So, I mean, we could obviously run the table. I don't see that happening by what we've seen so far.
Yeah. Kind of expect Virginia to play us easy. Now, if we get the short of Virginia at home, the season's over. There's no way. There's no turning back. We are on the same level as Georgia.
Yeah,
Tech.
and I would think. Depending on obviously your expectations, Miami fans and their wild expectations anyway. But you could say the season's already over. But I just looking for it. You just want to see obviously the team keep fighting, playing competitively, and technically that's I guess what we've seen so far this season, but not with any of the outcomes that we were looking for.
Yeah, I mean, if we had a play or two each game that we lost, if we had a play or two, like in Florida game, if we score a touchdown in the last quarter, or Jeff Thomas in a fumble the football, or Baxter didn't miss those field goals, we wouldn't win the game.
Lucas, wrapping it up, any final, what's your message to the other fans out there who are clamoring to give Manny Diaz the axe and put in Tay Martell and all that type of stuff.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Do not get me started. Relax. I said this in the first podcast. Relax. This year's going to be a rough year. It's not. So you have to give him 3 years. Have to. And I understand that you want to fire everybody to make changes, but that does nothing. It sets a program back even more years. It shows potential coaches that we don't have your back. You have 1 year to prove it, which doesn't work anymore. I mean, some places works, but majority of the time it does not work.
I would say try to be realistic, but that doesn't mean you can't be optimistic about the team.
We're not the worst because we have talent there. I know some of you say this is the worst team ever, but this is not the worst team ever.
We've had talented guys. If you look in the NFL today, there's still a lot of Miami Hurricanes that are really successful, but obviously that talent hasn't proven anything in terms of the college level, in terms of our coaching. And I don't think our coaching has been enough, and I think our coaching is where we want it to be now, at least in terms of coaching staff. Obviously, we haven't seen any results yet, but...
Yeah, and finally, just take this with a grain of salt. We wanted to fire... everyone wants Butch Davis back. His first year was a similar thing, right?
He sucked in our first year, but obviously we were coming off sanctions and things like that too.
But still, people wanted to fire Butch Davis. We had a terrible first year under Butch Davis. Nick Saban went 7-6 his first year at Bama. I mean, he won a national title at LSU, but still coming in at Alabama, he won 7-6. Then Dabo Swinney. He was at 15-12 in his first couple years.
I mean, really the point is just throw out the first year. The second year is usually when you start seeing something. Obviously, if we're not seeing any upward, nothing showing any signs of improvement in second year, then we just start getting concerned. But this year, we could literally lose the rest of our games, and I wouldn't be any more concerned than I am now. So, that's how it is. And this is talking to you. Hopefully, we'll do at least one more recap before the end of the season. Thanks again.
Peace. Well, no, the saying is I have dicks in my ears.
What? That's not a saying.
No, you say it in your mouth because you're stumbling over your words.
I have dicks in my mouth.
All right, this is great because we're recording, so this will be fun to cut out later. Hey everyone, welcome back to Talking to the U.
Either the running back got through or Hooker or Hunker. How do you say his last name?
Hooker, yeah.
Yeah, Hooker.
We're even going to be close to the top of the Coastal Division, so...
Like exactly what you said. The cut. I pick up what you just said. It went over.
It's okay.
It went over my head.
Alright, I'm just going to do...
We're pretty good so far.
That was pretty good. Alright, so any thoughts on the kicking?
Goodbye, guys.
Actually, okay.
Alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow.